Nostalgia.
Nostalgia. It's to me is when you see something that reminds you of something in the past.
Instantly like having a good time and enjoying the little things like the summer and the heat.
That feeling that you get when something's like familiar.
It means that I can reflect, look back.
Yeah, memorable, good feeling, pretty much, like kind of like a warm blanket.
Thinking about really good times and cherishing those moments.
For something happy. For something like home. A glimpse into nostalgia through the lens of residents from two neighborhoods that have experienced tremendous change.
So I've lived here about 38 years.
31 years, oh my God, like.
I was born and raised in Red Hook.
We used to come in here and play tennis, so that was interesting.
The Mickey-O is where I started my first summer youth job, and it was like the landmark. West Ninth, everybody knows the Mickey-O.
You can see like this transition between the old and the new. It's like, some of these facades, for example, like they're very glorious for these newer. I mean, just like the plants, the foliage and all. Like this is like it's pretty, but they don't care for other buildings in the same way. Sort of these student and faculty buildings that like cropped up that people that have lived here for years either have like no business in and have no access to, and it's kind of odd. It's getting unfamiliar, I'll say.
It's changed a lot. There's an IKEA, a food bazaar. Amazon is taking over half of Red Hook's waterfront, and a lot's happened. I lived in my neighborhood. I loved my neighborhood. I loved the quiet and the peace. So I didn't expect this to happen. Once the waterfront was opened up to buy, and it just started to boom. And when I saw the neighborhood, the old residents like that from my era started to be forced out because properties being sold and built apartment buildings, like luxury condos in the back, it changed, and I was like, this is not Red Hook, but it became Red Hook. We had it still exists to this day. It's called Old Timers Day and Red Hook Day. Trying to push out the old. It's very hard to get permits at this point now for the Old Timers Day in this very park now because the gentrification, that they don't like the noise. It's a problem in the permit. And when the last Old Timers event occurred, the amount of law enforcement was ridiculous. They make it difficult for nostalgia to continue on. I just want inclusion. I want not to be this invisible divide that separates the back where the people in the homes live as opposed to people in the project live. That divide there's an invisible line, but it's definitely real.
I think we all knew each other. You could always recognize who is who on Roosevelt Island. Now, I can still recognize people who were here originally when I was here. There are very few of us left. and that's what I miss, that I don't really know or can recognize these new people.
Can't show my kids like where I grew up.
What triggers nostalgia? Just about everything. You tend to compare how it was and how it is now. Everything is different. Like, I did the right thing to move here. I have no regrets.
I like how it is now. It would be wrong for me to say I prefer the past. Greta needed help, but the help that we got now is at the expense of the people that were from the neighborhood. I love my neighborhood, and I live and I work in Red Hook, and I will always be a part of this community because I care about it.